Once upon a time, in a charming little village surrounded by lush green fields, there lived three little pigs named Percy, Peter, and Penny. After their adventure with the big bad wolf, they continued to live happily in their sturdy brick houses. However, their curiosity and sense of adventure never faded. One sunny morning, while Peter was tending his garden, he found a curious-looking bean among the usual vegetables. It was shiny and glowed with a soft golden light. Intrigued, Peter showed it to his siblings. "What do you think it is?" Percy asked, his eyes wide with excitement. "It looks magical," Penny said thoughtfully. "We should plant it and see what happens." They agreed and planted the magic bean in the middle of their garden. They watered it carefully and watched over it, eager to see what would happen. By the next morning, the bean had sprouted into a tiny plant with shimmering leaves. As days went by, the plant grew taller and taller until it towered over their houses. It seemed to reach up to the clouds, and the pigs could hardly believe their eyes. "We should climb it," Peter exclaimed one day. "Who knows what wonders lie at the top?" With a mix of excitement and a bit of nervousness, the three little pigs decided to climb the magical beanstalk. They packed some food and set off early in the morning. The climb was long and a bit tiring, but they were determined. When they finally reached the top, they found themselves in a beautiful land above the clouds. There were fields of flowers that sparkled like diamonds and streams of clear, sweet water. The air was filled with the scent of blooming flowers and the sound of birds singing. Exploring this enchanting land, they came across a grand castle made of gold and jewels. The door was so huge that they could barely reach the handle, but with some teamwork, they managed to push it open. Inside the castle, they found a giant who was fast asleep. Next to him was a table filled with treasures beyond their wildest dreams: golden coins, glittering jewels, and even magical items like enchanted books and shimmering crystals. "Look at all this," Percy whispered. "We could take some of it back to our village and help everyone." "But we must be very quiet," Penny cautioned. "We don't want to wake the giant." They carefully filled their bags with as much treasure as they could carry and tiptoed out of the castle. Just as they were about to climb down the beanstalk, the giant stirred in his sleep and mumbled, "Fee-fee-fo-fum, I smell the scent of little pigs." Terrified, the pigs hurried down the beanstalk as quickly as they could. The giant woke up and saw them escaping. He roared in anger and began to climb down after them. The beanstalk shook with each step he took. When they reached the ground, Peter grabbed an axe and began to chop down the beanstalk. His siblings helped, and with their combined effort, they managed to cut it down just as the giant was about to reach the bottom. The giant fell with a tremendous crash and disappeared, leaving only a faint echo behind. Breathing sighs of relief, the three little pigs looked at the treasures they had brought back. They shared the gold and jewels with the villagers, helping everyone rebuild their homes and improve their lives. They used the magical items to bring prosperity and happiness to their village. From that day on, Percy, Peter, and Penny were known not just for their bravery against the big bad wolf, but also for their incredible adventure above the clouds. They lived happily ever after, surrounded by friends and family, always ready for the next adventure. And so, as you drift off to sleep, remember that bravery and teamwork can lead to the most amazing adventures, even in the most unexpected places. Sweet dreams.